So this is our first level test 3. We showed at a schooling show in Woodbridge Equestrian Center on Saturday. So this is our entrance. I think we got an 8 on our entrance. We usually do 7s and 8s lately. We've been doing pretty good, but from there it kind of takes on a life of its own. So this is our medium, which Jalaal's an Arabian. He's only got so much medium to give, or a lengthening. So, you know, we take what we get. So then this is supposed to be our leg yield. Yeah, wasn't going to give me the leg yield. I did not have spurs on. I just had my whip with me, and typically he feels me out during this test and goes, aha, no spurs, I got your number. And again, he's trailing with his haunches because, you know, that's Jalaal. He's just going to phone it in, do as little as possible if he can get away with it. That's fine. Our stretch trot was very good, though. I was very happy about that. We've been working on it, and it was actually round. It wasn't an oval. He wasn't falling out on the shoulder, so I was actually pretty pleased with that. So we had a nice stretch there. And then we come back through. He's back on the bit, which is nice. And then we come down to our circle. Our 10-meter circle was pretty good. I made sure I went right to the center line. And then we come down here. Now this one always seems kind of funny to me. It seems like E and B are actually not across from each other. And it looks the same way in the arena, that for some reason one of the letters seems off to me, but whatever. You know, you can see it on a camera as well. There's our other 10-meter circle. We did pretty good there. He's actually giving me a little bit of bend, which is nice. It's very nice of him. And this is where he starts to give me a little Jalaalitude. Yeah. Walk at A. Anyone? Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll get around to it. Maybe. Are you going to make me? Fine. And then this happens. 3 little spankings, and then finally he's like, okay, fine, I'll go forward. And then we finally get our stretch walk. And then I tried to make sure he was still marching because he was getting a little lollygagging. And then, of course, he jogged a little bit, and he did, when he did march, it was actually not too bad. So, and he did stretch. So, you know, he's just got to make sure that he's keeping me on my toes. He doesn't want to make it too easy on me, though. Where would the fun be in that? So then we had a little trip, you know, because he about tossed a shoe during the show, which we discovered right before our next test. This 15-meter circle I was really happy about. It was probably the best 15-meter circle for our first level test we've ever done. It was actually round, and it was in between the quarter lines, and it was about the right size. This was our medium canter, which, yeah, he kind of ran off on me a little bit there and put his head down and started to hang because, you know, he's Jalaal. And then, of course, you know, it gets fun here. Did pretty good there, and then whoopsies. So I had to get him back on the correct lead so that we could finish our counter canter. He comes back pretty quickly, so at least he gives me that, you know. And then we do our change, which I've been really trying to get that one. So pretty good. He did get his head up a little bit after me, but the change was actually pretty good. I was pretty happy about that. And then we have our very deranged 15-meter circle. It was more like, oh, I don't know, an oval-shaped 20-plus meter circle maybe. So got what we could out of that one. This was our medium, which I was not as brave this time, so I really didn't do much with this one. And then, because I wanted to make sure I could at least slow him down before the next end of the arena, and then try to get our counter canter loop. I wanted to make sure that we at least got one of them. And this one actually turned out to be pretty good. He listened pretty well. He stayed with me, stayed on the correct lead. I made sure I held him. got through there. Oh, of course he broke. So, you know, did the loop, but then broke early on me. We were supposed to wait until A. Now we're supposed to do our lengthening. And you can see he's running out of gas. I waved the whip at him a couple times, like, hello, I still have something with me. And he's like, yeah, I can't be bothered. And then the rest of the trot to G was pretty good. So it's always fun riding Jalaal and figuring out what he'll give to me and what he won't. So I hope you enjoyed.